What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's reaction video is 10 things that shock Americans, top culture shocks in England. So a little bit the opposite way around.
Yeah.
So we're going to be violated here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be our stuff, which is weird.
Yeah, but I wonder if we do these things as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
They may not, England, like, it's like America, isn't it? Such a broad
Yeah, we
culture.
may have not heard of these 10 things, but we may do all of them. It's going to be super interesting. It's awesome to have the spotlight put on us as well. We do stuff weird.
Great country.
And by the way, like we always say when it's the opposite way around, it's only weird and shocking because you're not used to it.
Yeah.
If we were used to it,
we're not
offended.
offended.
We're not offended one bit. Are you ready to get into
it?
Smash that like button, guys. Smash that subscribe button. We would seriously appreciate it. And let's check out 10 things that shock Americans. Let's go.
Let's just say I wasn't fully prepared for my new life in England. I've come across some pretty interesting things since moving here.
Okay. I wonder if beans on toast is one.
Food, I reckon.
Someone called my dancing out the other day, saying, "Why am I dancing to dead tunes?" But I just like moving. I'm a happy person.
What's up, guys? It's Amanda. If you're new here, I'm an American living in the UK for the best part of like 10 years now.
Okay, long
and
time.
people from home still to this day ask about what it's like living here. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to share what culture shocks, or I suppose things that are different from my life in the States. And I do want to mention that I'm only speaking from my experience growing up in Pennsylvania, not the whole of the United States, as I'm sure it's probably different all over. And remember, if you enjoy this video and want to support the channel, make sure you give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future content.
Pub names?
Pubs have the best names.
Do they?
It's usually just someone's last name in the US. Not here, though. All the pubs have mental names.
Yeah, I suppose.
I can't think of. I needed to give me the examples because I can't think of any.
Well, I'm thinking in Rotherham. I can't think of many in Jersey, even though there's quite a few. I'm thinking Three Horseshoes, King Henry, which makes sense.
Isn't it weird though?
Brush and Easel.
Oh yeah, King Henry. That's weird.
Yeah, King Henry is weird, but
Jacks.
that one just makes sense.
That's bizarre.
That's not a pub. That's a kids' play area.
Oh. Nathan's isn't weird.
What's the one near my dad? What we always
Woodman.
go to? Woodman, the Woodman.
Did you forget that one?
I don't know. I used to go to that one all the time. And then in Jersey, we've got
Prince of Wales,
the White Horse. We've got the Square. We've got loads. Yeah, we've got loads of
any
random
of them
things.
on my head.
I know it's so weird because we'll be talking about them. Trinity Arms.
Yeah.
Do you know, there's loads, but it's pressure. When you're trying to think, you can't.
Oh, what's that one that's all really old fashioned that we went to see the football in?
The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Office is good.
That's weird.
That's a proper old school pub, but The Office as well.
Like the Cat in the Custard Pot, or the Swan with Two Necks.
Yeah, there's some weird
ones. I don't know who comes up with these names, but I absolutely love them. I just think it's a lot of fun. And let me know, what's your favorite pub name or the craziest one that you've come across?
Fair enough.
Put it in the comments
See,
below.
I've not come across many, but maybe that's just I think they're normal.
More in the
I
UK.
could not believe that families had the equivalent of our...
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it.
Roast dinner.
I would sure.
I was just listening.
We used to have it every Sunday, didn't we?
Yeah, I feel like when we have a baby, like, well, we are.
Yeah,
when he can eat, I feel like roast dinners will... I know you're not like...
No, I like roast
But
dinner.
I love a big roast dinner, but I don't think I could have it every week.
It normally is an every week thing. Like I used to have it growing up.
At your mum's, when we lived at your mum's, we had it every day.
Every single Sunday.
Not every
day. every
Sunday.
A roast dinner, so you had your chicken. Yeah. You had basically like...
It's meant to be like your family day, isn't it? Your family dinner day.
Definitely.
For Thanksgiving dinner every single Sunday.
Not as
that
extreme,
is a huge
but yeah.
meal to have
Yeah,
every
sometimes it'd be
single
chicken, potatoes, and veg.
Not that I'm complaining, of course, because I absolutely love roast dinner. It's one of my favorites. Roast potatoes and Yorkshire puddings.
Oh,
it's delicious.
It's good.
And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you know how much I love traditional British food.
Okay.
I love how much history is preserved in the UK. You walk through town and you see beautiful cathedrals and castles that you're able to just pop into and
There's
visit
some
when you
beautiful
want.
places.
Everywhere you go is just steeped in history. Nothing is torn down to make room for new buildings. It's just awesome.
Yeah, there's just a lot of old school stuff.
I know it's the norm here, but coming from the US, where it's not as protected and things are usually torn down to put up new buildings, it's just truly amazing to see.
Okay. Sunday time.
I'm used to it now, but this annoyed me when I first moved here because I had never experienced shops closing or closing early just because of the day of the week.
Yeah.
So I feel like in England they're on reduced times.
Reduced times in England.
In Jersey,
I mean, it's slowly getting there, so it's opening.
But like most of the supermarkets are not open.
Literally just
the whole
nothing
day.
open. Yeah.
Town, like the shops, like there's maybe the odd couple that are open for reduced
It's getting
hours.
better, but before, like a
when I was a
couple years
kid,
ago, nah.
nothing was open.
Literally,
Like the corner shop. That's
even
about
just
it.
a couple of years ago, nothing would be open. But now you're getting the small coming, and it's
People
slowly
are
getting
doing
more.
it because you get
Why
money
not?
on it.
Exactly,
Why
you
not?
get money on a
Some
Sunday.
people want to work on a Sunday.
I was used to shops being open 24/7. Like literally, if you wanted to go to the store at like 3 a.m. for milk, you could. Was it necessary? Meh.
If you're out of
But
milk.
the option was
Yeah.
there if you needed it.
We don't put them in the fridge.
No one
We do.
refrigerates their eggs. I know a lot of you are
I think
probably
it's
going to laugh
very
at it.
typical that we don't.
No, it's in the supermarkets. It's not refrigerated, and a lot of people.
I think that's what she's going off.
Yeah, a lot of
But
people
we
don't
personally
do.
do put them
Yeah,
in
we
the
put them
fridge.
in the fridge when we get home.
But I
we put
mean,
them in the
like,
fridge.
like
Don't make it. You don't need to in the UK. You don't
don't
have
need
to.
to, no.
So,
Does. But I remember the first time I went shopping, I was searching for the eggs and I could not find them anywhere. Little did I know they weren't in the refrigerated aisle. You guys keep them next to the bread and crumpets.
Yep.
Who knew?
Why do
Everything
we
in
do
me
that?
just wanted to keep
No.
them in the fridge because I thought they would go bad in the cupboard. So much that I actually had to look it up. And apparently, the UK doesn't use the same sort of like cleaning process as the US, and that's why they don't need to be kept cold here.
yeah.
Our humour is
American
good. Our
humor
banter
very
is
different.
good.
It's
Yeah, I think it's.
I'm sorry, America, but our humour is good.
But just different. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah, but,
American
like,
humour. It's just
No, it's
different
just, I
humour.
feel like sometimes it's said like, oh, Americans don't get British humour. Do you
Yeah,
know
'cause
what I mean?
it's just different.
But I feel like our humour is just like
It's just brutal.
borderline bullying.
Yeah,
Like,
it literally is just brutal, but it's a completely different kind of
Yeah.
humour. I wouldn't say one's better than the other.
No, they're just so
It's
different.
just completely different. It'll be interesting to see your take on it.
It's big, it's loud, it's in-your-face comedy, whereas British humor is more about clever wit and sarcasm, so it's not always as obvious, which I will admit I didn't always get at the beginning.
It can be confusing.
In
Yeah.
a previous video, I spoke about how it was difficult when I first moved over because I never knew if people were joking a lot. And it was a lot of fun for everyone else, not so much me. And we, Americans, we do use sarcasm, but not nearly as much. So it took some getting used to.
Well, a lot of sarcasm in
But
the
I
UK.
like to think that I'm better with it now.
Yeah, this is a big one.
This was such a wonderful surprise when I first moved over, started my new job, and was told that I would get 28 days of holiday a year. That is unheard of in the US. You're lucky to get 2 weeks, and that's if you qualify for it. In some places, you have to work for X amount of time before receiving it. I remember when I was younger, in one of my jobs, I had like a week's worth of holiday for the year, and I was happy with that. It's
Not anymore.
It's the hard workers in America.
Yeah, I get 25 days initially, and then once you've been there for 5 years, you get an extra day. Then 10 years, you get an extra couple days or something. It might be 3 years one, 5 years one, an extra 2 or something, or 10
But is
years.
that 25 days excluding your Christmas?
No, well, we get forced to take an extra 2 days off at Christmas, so technically 23. But they're seen as holiday days, not like public holidays, you know.
Yeah.
And you're just a teacher, so you get half a year off.
Well, that was a joke.
I found it so odd that the washing machine is usually in the kitchen.
Can be.
Yeah.
In my mind,
Ours is.
it just
As is.
did not make sense why you'd cook and do the laundry in the same room.
We don't have room for a laundry room.
Also, dryers aren't standard, especially if you're renting. So because of this, I've now become accustomed to the drying rack. And in the US, we would usually have a separate room for our washer and dryer. And I do appreciate, generally speaking, the average American house is larger than the average home here. So there's obviously more space for that kind of thing. But I thought it was a bit different, so it was worth mentioning.
Fair enough. It is different every
Yeah.
day, isn't it?
Drinking is a fun, sociable event in both the US and the UK. But I feel like in the States, it's more of like a weekend thing unless it's a special occasion.
Okay.
Whereas here in the UK, it's a lot more sociable. It's not always
Oh,
about going
very
out and getting
sociable.
drunk. A lot of times it's more of like a relaxed, chilled out event after a busy day. It's a shame we don't have pubs in the US. We have bars and clubs, which are entirely different. People don't go there just to hang out, they go there intending to get drunk. I can't talk about.
But I suppose it is completely different. We've got a lot of pubs. Like, a lot of the time after work, no matter what. Normally it's a Friday, but sometimes
Yeah.
people are like, do we fancy a quick pint after work? And it literally is a case of you finish work, you go to the pub, have one, have a chat, and then you go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sometimes it turns into more, but most of the time it is. Do you know what I mean?
I've never done it, but yeah.
Yeah, you've never done it, but you don't really have pints and stuff like that, do you? You don't really drink that often.
I don't know if it's. I feel like it's definitely an officey kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a big opposite
Schools,
thing.
I don't know. I don't think anybody in my work goes drinking after
I suppose
work.
because you finish at 3 o'clock. You don't. You do after school club, but most of them finish at 3 o'clock, don't they? Whereas
Yeah,
6 o'clock,
I don't know.
it's-
Yeah, I feel like it's just a different environment as well. Like it's. I don't know.
you're not sat at school around the kids like, are you ready for your pint later?
Yeah,
You're not
no,
at work.
I
I'm
feel
sat
like it's
there.
just not. Yeah, we're just not the people.
Definitely not
But
work
it's
like
definitely like I feel like
ready
it's
for a
definitely an
pint.
officey thing.
Definitely an opposite thing.
About the drinking culture and not mention how much Brits can drink. I thought I could handle my own,
I can't.
but a word of advice if you're ever visiting, don't try to keep up. I promise you, you will regret it the next
Yeah, not
day.
with me and James.
Yeah, well, we're not that good.
The
Who can
last
keep up
thing
with
that I
us?
want to mention is that when it comes to alcohol, you can pretty much drink anywhere. On the street, in the park, it's
Pretty much.
completely legal, and that is definitely not the case in the US. So that was quite a shock.
Okay.
Everyone in the UK uses military time. I completely get
What's
why
military
people use
time?
it as those 20.
1600. I don't think we use it that often. Some people do
1600.
use
Like
it.
what's saying it's 1600?
I'll meet you at 1600.
I've never said that.
I'm guessing. Which is obviously
Oh.
4 o'clock, isn't it?
I've never said that.
I've never said that in my life as well. I'll just say 4 o'clock.
I've never heard anyone say that to me. But that may be depending where she is.
It is just an experience, isn't it?
24 hours in a day, obviously. But to be honest, it drives me crazy, which is why I don't really use it unless I have to. It's just confusing because I had never used military time before. And I was fine up until about noon, and after that, I was terrible. I'd end up counting from 12 to work out the time.
Oh,
Which
she
is
just
what-
means in general. So
Did she mean like
the 24-hour clock.
Yeah. on like
Yeah, just the 24-hour clock. So instead of saying
I can't
it's
even
4
show
p.m., do you want me to put it closer? You got it?
you can't even see it.
Oh, yeah, you can't
You
see
can't
it.
even see it. It says 17.
It says 70. Oh, yeah.
1708.
So I thought you meant like be there
No.
1700. We do
She means
use.
on the clock. I do use that.
We
And I
just
know
got it.
that means 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we just call it a 24-hour clock though, but everyone does use that.
Yeah, everyone does. That
Yeah,
is-
literally everyone
Sorry,
uses that.
I misunderstood that.
Same.
A lot of fun. There were so many different things that surprised me when I first moved over, but that's to be expected. I did move to a foreign country. If everywhere was the same, it would be pretty boring. I think that's what makes traveling and seeing new places so much fun, is that we are so different.
Definitely.
I'd really like to hear from you guys, so please feel free to share any culture shocks that you've experienced when traveling.
Let us know your culture shocks
Yeah.
in the comments below. It was interesting. I mean, we paused quite a few times because
Yeah.
we're explaining our point of view from the UK,
Mhm.
England, and the Jersey one as well. But it's good, wasn't it?
It was good. Interesting.
Smash that if you enjoyed, guys. Smash that subscribe button. We would seriously appreciate it. Let us know if you want us to do more similar ones like this in the future. And what should we do?
Have a fantastic day.
And we will see you, legends, in the next one. Peace.